Hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Sunday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome. Hopefully you're getting started for the week to get started and you're ready to crush it. Today I want to talk about a little concept called conflict in the argument, and one way to avoid an argument, well, one way is not to get into one, but once you get into one, what do you do? So I'm not a really big fan of arguments, although I'm very good at them. There's a big difference. I'm good at arguing. I know I could be. Probably shouldn't even admit it. But I am not a fan. I'm definitely not a fan. So I'll give you now I've talked about this concept before, but definitely not with this example. Now, if you're a vet to my lives, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you're gonna enjoy this. So, and I'll share with you what my concept was in the past. So, a professor, little story for you. A professor gets up in front of the class, picks up a let's just call this, picks up a big book and holds it up in front of the whole class and asks the class, "Hey, what color is this book?" And, "Hi, Alhamjun, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you." And the class says, the book is happens to be red. And he says, "No, the book is not red. What color is this book?" And everybody kind of looks at each other, looks at the book, and says, "The book is red." Says, "No, the book is not red. What color is this book?" And the students are getting annoyed, right? Annoyed. But they say, "You know what? The book, professor, you know what? This book is red. Andrea, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you." And this goes back and forth for a while, right? This goes back and forth for a while. And the professor says, "No, what color is this book?" And finally, these guys are just ticked off and say, "It's red," or whatever you say. And he takes the book and flips it around and shows that the side he was staring at, it was black. And the side the audience was looking at was red. So his perspective was black and the audience perspective was red. Now, I love that story in so many different ways. I'll give you a couple of them. One is that, maybe I don't know if it's the number one, but it's up there. One of the top complaints in a relationship would be, "Hey, you don't understand me. You don't get me. You don't figure me out," right? And that comes, my opinion, that comes a lot from, not seeing the other person's perspective. You can talk about the book being red all day long, but if I'm seeing black on my side, it won't matter. And I can talk about it being black all day long. If you don't see it, it won't matter. You're going to see red, right? So that's one thing. And the other thing is what I had talked about in the past with this concept is the finger concept. Now, relax, calm down. The finger concept is this. If I'm pointing my index up at you and I'm describing what I see, okay, if I describe what I see on my index is nothing like what you see on your side. right? Because my side is this. I mean, I could be speaking all kinds of stuff here, and you'll be like, what are you talking about? Like that's, no. I don't even see that. You don't see nail? No, I don't see nail. Like, what are you talking about? Nail, right? So it's interesting because we are so firm on what we see, right? And I'm a work in progress. We're so firm in what we see, right? Because it's what we see on our side. But we refuse, and that's okay. Let me share with you this. That's okay to see what you see. I mean, you better see what you see, right? It's not okay not to be open to see the other side. See, so many of us, oftentimes, we just go about life just seeing one side and not opening our minds to the other side. And we just go through life with just blind sides on, and just we go through life like we're going through a tunnel vision and not seeing anything else. We keep one perspective, one idea, and we stick by it. And we don't want to change. And we don't want to open up our minds to see other things. How many of us do that? I know I've done that many times. I'm a total work in progress in that sense. But the now here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this, okay? Because some of you actually know me, and you're going to say, wait a minute. It's one thing to open up your mind, your heart, your soul, what have you, to the other side, and be willing to hear what the other side is, right? You want to see, hey, oh, what, I mean, why would you say it's black when it's clearly red? That would be my question. Like, why would you say that? Instead of arguing, no, it's red, I would say, why would you? Because personally, I would think maybe they have a eyesight problem. Maybe they're colorblind. You never know, right? I've learned to not to immediately judge, right? But here's what I gotta tell you, and this is where some of you who know me would say, okay, well, yeah. I'm open to, hearing that side and seeing that's red and what have you, right? But at the same time, I'm very, very firm on my MVPs, my morals, values, and principles. So I may not agree with the other side, but that doesn't mean I'm not willing to hear it. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times, oftentimes, not only you don't agree with it, but because you don't agree with it, you don't want to hear it either, right? And that's where the danger of miscommunication comes and not understanding each other comes, where you say, now I know. But like, your version. You don't know the other side version. But I know. You don't need to explain. But no. I got it. You don't need, right? How many times have we done that? I know I've done that, right? But the point is this. Mark Twain, I go back to this quote all the time. This is like one of my favorite quotes on planet Earth, and one of my favorite authors on planet Earth. Mark Twain said, you know what? There's always two sides to a story, and then there is the truth. Oh, so good. There's always two sides to a story, and then there's the truth. There's always that side, and there's always this side, and there's somewhere in between, there's a truth, right? And it's the same thing here. There's always going to be other perspectives. It doesn't mean that you have to agree and buy into those perspectives, but it doesn't mean, you would be naive to close your mind to those things, right? And to just sit there ignorantly, really, to sit there and say, nope, it's red. The book is red. Listen, it's red. I don't know what you're talking about. It's red. Without exploring, hey, why would you say it's red? Why would you say it's black when it's clearly red? I want to know why you say that, right? So before jumping into conclusions, before judging, it would be recommended to explore the other versions, the other sides, check them out. It doesn't mean you have to agree and buy into them and just kind of change everything and just kind of go all in to the other side. That's not what it means. But that's how you explore other ideas, other things about people, and then you can kind of broaden your categories, if you would, and you can decide, okay, well, that fits in or that does not, right? So with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. I think I'm getting caught up with all my chats and messages. I think there's maybe a dozen more, but I appreciate it. I'll get back to everybody tonight. I promise. I'm gonna start the week with 0 messages to return. So with that, if you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love, tag a couple people. And I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love. You are welcome. Good night, you guys.